bake in the sun all day.
Say goodbye to the dog days of summer.
Say hello to the dog days of fall.
Football season is less than a week away.
No more guessing.
No more predictions.
We see what these teams are truly made of.
Do the Jayhawks live up to the newfound expectations?
Is there another championship in the Wildcats' horizon?
One more sleep, and we get to let the games do the talking.
Strap in. K-Nation starts now.
K-Nation, sponsored by 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Tonight on K-Nation, Chris Klieman joins the show. In an exclusive interview, he gives us the coach's perspective of the Cats before the season starts.
We also catch up with the Jayhawks. Coach Gildersleeve tells us about a record the team has broken before the season's even begun.
Plus, K-State returns a lot of baseball players who didn't have to come back, why they chose to stay with the Cats, and what Pete Hughes is most excited for. Welcome to K-Nation. I'm Lainey Gerber.
And I'm Landon Reinhardt. Today's a special day, Lainey. You see the hat?
Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
It's K-Nation's anniversary. Our first one was just a year from tomorrow, so this is our 53rd episode, 52 weeks in a year.
Do the math. Carry the one.
It's been a good year. It's been a very exciting year for
Very
K-Nation.
exciting year here in the K-Nation studios.
A lot of travel, a lot of bowl games, and now we're preparing for another season.
And I'm pumped for that season. It's a special episode because of that, but also because it's our last episode without live sports to break down until late May-ish.
Wow. And we do have some live sports. We have volleyball and soccer going on already. So
yeah, I suppose that's fair.
Well, we get to start with the king of them all, football. We haven't even had to say how much more confident Will Howard has looked because the videos all just speak for themselves. We haven't done much comparing and contrasting, though. Luckily, QB1 has done that for us as well. He checked out some old film, and like Michael Jackson, he wasn't in love with the man in the mirror.
Light years different. I went back and watched some fall camp from last year, some film of fall camp last year over the summer, and I was like, man, I don't even know who this guy is. Like, you could just tell that I was a little unsure of myself. Every time I make a mistake, I would question myself, but now it's more of a, that's not me, I'm better than that. The mistakes seem to go down when you have that kind of confidence, and you know that you can make those throws every single time.
Next time we see Howard on K-Nation, it'll be actual game footage there, not just practice. Game number 1 is against Southeast Missouri State on Saturday, and that's at 6 in Manhattan.
Woo, game footage. I'm pumped. Will Howard looking different, and KU's football's offense may look a tad bit different as well. Jayhawks not going to be turning to a spreadsheet for every play call, but big buzzword here, analytics, keeps coming across Coach Leipold's desk. KU hired someone from Rutgers just for that this summer. With the new clock rules that keep the time running after a first down, field goals aren't as valuable. That being said, we may see a more risky KU team in 2023.
One thing about things that's changing in college football, I think we've talked about in here more, is possessions and points per possession and going for it on fourth down. So field goals are many times not as, are we going to be a team that's going to go for it on 4th and 4 from the 30 versus a 47-yard field goal? I still think there's the crunch moments. You need those points. I'm very confident it's going to be a group that'll come through for us.
Adapt or die. Sorry, I thought that was mine.
We were all excited to say that. Adapt or die. It's very famous. We'll see how different on Friday. 1 and 2 Friday games. Jayhawks open the season at home against Missouri State at 7 p.m.
Well, I was excited to talk, so now it's my turn. There were some KU and K-State football alumni who made their debut at Arrowhead this weekend. Felix Anudike-Uzama and Echo Boydo got their first taste of an NFL home crowd, and not far from their hometowns either. Daniel Weiss has been in the league for a minute, but this is his first time playing for the team just down the highway from where he went to college.
Watching them boys take off down there in Kansas and Lawrence, and I got to catch a few games for sure.
Growing up, always watching the Chiefs play, always been a fan, to running out there before the game, it was just a surreal moment for sure. Friends came, all the ones that lived back home, and all the family came as well.
It was very amazing. It was a dream come true. Obviously, a lot of kids have that dream of just going to, just playing as Arrowhead, and obviously I'm one of them that successfully is living the moment right now.
The Chiefs have their first regular season game next Thursday, so hopefully we'll see them all playing again then.
Gosh, that's so cool, Lainey.
I know.
To see the smiles on their faces being in the Chiefs locker room.
Felix mentioned there aren't emotions in football, so he didn't really feel them, but I think that's, I'm calling a little cap. I think it's a little bit
cap.
high.
I'm going to call cap as well.
Okay, State men's basketball just got back from its overseas trip to Jerusalem and Tel Aviv earlier this week, and they all say it was a success.
Yeah, Tang had 3 goals. Keep everyone off the transfer portal. Check. Represent K-State well. Check. And number 3, those guys don't really get a vacation with recruiting year-round, and he and his staff, family really enjoyed themselves. So check that one as well. But we'll go back to goal number 2. Represent the Cats well. He shared a story of how a flight attendant came up to him unprompted to say, "Wow, your team is so respectful," which we know means the world to Tang. And all he says, this trip was definitely a success.
I hope our guys learned that basketball can take them a lot of places in life, and that they really appreciated what they experienced. I think it'll be a while for them to understand just how special what they were able to accomplish really was. Understand that sports can really bring people together.
Tang shared plenty of stories of breaking literal bread with people and how happy they were to be hosting the Wildcats. Unforgettable moment for those guys there for sure. A whole unforgettable trip, really.
I can only imagine. It sounds magical. Other sports in action now, too. K-State volleyball, 3 games, 3 wins to start the Jason Mansfield era up in Portland at the Rose City Showdown. 3-1 over Portland State, 3-0 over San Diego State, and 3-0 over Cal State Fullerton.
Mansfield year 1, Ray Bouchard is in year 27 with KU volleyball. Heck of a start too, though. 2 games, 2 wins at the Omaha tournament. So you got to get the brims out. It was a 3-0 sweep of Pepperdine and a 3-0 sweep of Omaha. The Jayhawks start the year 2-0. We've seen them win a few matches in Omaha before. K-State soccer, 2 games this week. Forward Kieran Singh defeats her old team, UTSA, 2-0. Then earlier today, it was a tie with Creighton, that 0-0. Cats are 2-0-2 to begin this year.
And Kansas soccer, 2 games this week as well. A tie with Vandy, then a butt-kicking over Colorado College earlier today, 6-0. Jayhawks 2-0-2 as well to start this season. I'm just excited.
Start.
All these sports are getting back in. I'm feeling those jitters.
I'm excited to be at games all the time again.
I can't wait. Well, we are just getting started here on K Nation. Still coming up, 24/7 sports writer Nathan Swaffar joins us in studio. We're breaking down the Jayhawks just 5 days before the season opener.
But first, Wildcat baseball is looking strong for next season already. The team returns a lot of its best players, even one drafted player who chose to come back. They'll explain why, and we'll of course hear from Coach Hughes after the break.
Manhattan Area Technical College will help you build a foundation for your college career, like transferable credits offered in your high school, earning your high school diploma through GED completion on our campus. Breakthrough to a new career. Manhattan Tech, providing higher education.
Imagine looking at life through the eyes of a child, being filled with wonder and excitement about what the future holds. Lewis Toyota knows a strong community starts with those who will one day lead us.
We want to thank 501 for letting us be a part of their school district.
Support local.
Jungle House has moved, and we would love to show you around our new digs. Bring a new friend to school with you that will add life to your dorm room or apartment. We have plans for all. Find us at our new location, 6 East 7th Street, Lawrence, Kansas.
Come on home to West Loop and Manhattan's West Side.
K-State Credit Union, truly community and serving Manhattan for over 75 years.
Howie's Trash Service, big truck, big service, hometown pride and performance since 1984.
Manhattan Medical Group, accepting new patients. Call for an appointment.
Come home to West Loop and Manhattan's West Side.
Meaningful relationships built upon trust is a founding principle of the Trust Company. We help individuals and businesses create tailored financial plans and diversified investment strategies that adapt over time to your unique needs. Because we are independent, we can offer flexibility and creativity that many advisors and trust departments can't. If you aren't sure where to start or you're looking to make a fresh start, contact us today for a free consultation.
Manhattan Area Technical College will help you break through to a high-paying career by empowering you in high-demand fields. Let Manhattan Tech help you break through to a new career. Manhattan Area Technical College, providing higher education.
Well, welcome back to K-Nation. Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same. As much as we want to avoid it, transfer portal with NIL money has shifted college athletics.
Definitely. And with that in mind, good relationships in a program are just as important as playing well. K-State baseball had a few studs on the roster who could have moved on, whether to the big leagues or to a different place that had different NIL opportunities. But the Batcats were really fortunate to have big names like Owen Barema, Ty Rule, Brady Day, and Team USA baseball players, Kalen Culpepper and Tyson Neighbors. All of them are returning. Guys on the team say that's indicative of the family culture in Manhattan.
With college baseball and really college athletics nowadays with the portal, you better have strong, consistent, genuine relationships with your players because those kids will leave.
A lot of it has to do with their culture, the staff, the team here. It makes guys want to come back. It makes transfers want to stay here.
Had a lot of talks with some of the teammates that could have gone to other schools. Maybe got some offers there, but we feel like we keep getting snuffed out of the postseason, and we're so close anyways. We want to come back and prove everyone wrong. It's not all about the money. It's all about the connections and the people around you and the culture.
You heard that at the end, too. Wildcats still upset about that postseason snub. Definitely a reason to stick around.
Definitely. Plus, like they mentioned, not just NIL money, but they want to win with that program,
and
too.
It's really cool to see players wanting to win with that money being offered.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of K-State baseball, former Cats pitcher Jordan Wicks made his MLB debut with the Cubs yesterday. Second pitch, a home run. After that, pretty dang good. 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts, and retired the final 15 batters faced.
Wow, and he was the first Cubs pitcher to actually win their debut since 2006.
That's pretty impressive.
It was a record performance for Wicks and for the Cubs. So.
Scratch out that first home run, and it's up there with all-time greats.
We're proud of him. Well, KU football is also setting a record before the season even begins. The Jayhawks have a program record 504 hours of community service this summer.
Coach Sleeve is one of the men behind the community service initiative, but it's not mandatory. It's all volunteer work for the players. Gilder Sleeve just helps organize some of these events. As a strength and conditioning coordinator, this isn't really in his job description, but Coach Sleeve says it's making his players better on and off the field.
The football, we're going to do whatever we can to compete at the highest level. That's never going to not be something we emphasize here. But we want to send, when people say we're going to send your kids home better men, we really mean that. We really try to do things to make sure that we do that here at Kansas.
Coach Sleeve added how much this helps the players in the locker room. It's hard to find true fulfillment, especially in college sports when just a lot doesn't go your way. But putting them in a good mood helps them come to practice in a good mood and helps them work with their teammates. Let's stick around. Up next on K-Nation, Chris Klieman takes a little bit of time out of his busy schedule to help us understand how the team is shaping up. That's right after the break.
2023 Country Stampede was a blast, and now is the time to renew tickets and camping for Country Stampede 2024. Call 785-539-2222. That's 785-539-2222. More Country Stampede announcements coming soon.
Sports!
We have everything
that you're looking for
at Play It Again Sports.
New and used sports and fitness equipment with used up to 50% off retail.
You can create your own discount by trading in and trading up. Sell us your gear and get cash on the spot, or even get store credit.
Play It Again Sports has something for every athlete. All seasons, all sports, on any budget. We're open every day in the Fairlawn Plaza Mall.
Game on!
Mental health is about emotional health and brain health.
Healthy children and families, and a healthy Kansas.
Go to acmhck.org to find your local community mental health center.
Fidelity Bank is celebrating 100 years, empowering customers since 1922.
If you're looking at doing maybe some remodeling to your home, debt consolidation, college tuition, your equity is there. Home equity loan is a great way to let your equity in your home work for you.
Your hometown Fidelity Bank. We do business right here at home.
Hi, Clay Sherwood here with Frank and Dean, the CEOs of Cute.
And they want to make sure that you live your best pool life by keeping your pool clear with Pool Life chemicals. Let swims and sweeps keep you cool this summer.
2023 Country Stampede was a blast, and now is the time to renew tickets and camping for Country Stampede 2024. Call 785-539-2222. That's 785-539-2222. More Country Stampede announcements coming soon.
Welcome back to K-Nation. Now, as we mentioned, Chris Klieman's a very busy man, and he's just trying to get his squad ready right now for hopefully another Big 12 championship for them.
From the transfer portal to his quarterback and more, he sat down with K-Nation's Glenn Kinley to break down this upcoming year.
Year 5 with the Cats. I want to start with maybe flashing you back to years 1 or 2 and the guys that you had here at Kansas State that helped you establish the culture and the tradition that you really wanted to instill.
Yeah, you know, it really, 1 and 2 were kind of crazy when you throw the pandemic in there, but then you get to year 3 when we really started to turn things around with Noah Johnson and Skylar Thompson, Jerron McPherson, and so many guys that were seniors on that 2021 team. They set the foundation in the locker room as well as in the weight room. And then when Coach True and his staff came, holding people accountable to the standard that we all expect. And I hope it just keeps getting passed down generation to generation.
Some people out there would say that your biggest offseason acquisition wasn't an acquisition and wasn't a player. You got a guy named Colin Klein that decided to stay here in Manhattan, Kansas. What does that say about how much he loves this place and about what you guys are building here?
Well, Colin and I have a special relationship, and he had some great opportunities and had a lot of good conversations. And I think we both agreed, and I know it came down to the fact that he wasn't done. There was a lot of things that he wanted to accomplish here. He is what Kansas State's all about. I think we're just scratching the surface of what CK can really do here, and I know how excited he is. We watched what Will did last year, and you have Avery coming in. It was just a great time for him to say, I've got more unfinished business here.
I'm glad you brought up Will. We got to talk about the starting quarterback, right? I asked him at Big 12 Media Days, and I told him, in this day and age, for better or worse, not many guys would have waited and stayed here, not hit the transfer portal. When another guy came in and he had to sit out and be back up another year, he said, I love this place too much to leave. Does that sum up Will Howard?
Yeah, that does sum up Will Howard, and a chip on his shoulder. He learned so much from Skylar, from the struggles that we all had, especially in 2020. He learned a lot from Adrian. He's the poster child for us saying, hey, when your opportunity comes, make the most of it, because you're going to have that opportunity, and be ready for it. Don't dwell on what has happened. Be excited about what the future is. And he's the unquestioned leader of our football team right now, and I love watching him out there, the confidence he has, the belief he has, and then watching 123 guys believe in him.
I think you probably gained a little bit of trust with Wildcat fans. The whole time you were saying Will Howard is really good, Will Howard is the best backup in the Big 12, and I think people thought you were crazy. You want to slide in like an I told you so or anything like that?
No, I would never do it. Will's done that for me. From the time that kid stepped foot on this campus as a true freshman, we saw something special in that kid. He had some tough bumps in the road. A lot of people do. How do you come out on the other side of that, and how much do you learn from that? And all the other guys seeing that as well. I can be that guy that maybe it didn't go well for me early on in my career, but that next opportunity I got to be ready for.
That offensive line, that group decides holistically to come back as a group. Are those guys keeping you young? They seem to be having maybe the most fun of anybody.
I just have a smile on my face every time. If I'm having a bad day, all I got to do is come into the special teams room and see those guys in the front row. Gilly will make some smart aleck comment to me. We'll laugh and stuff, or we'll come out to the practice field and it'll be hot out there, and I can mess with KT and he just laughs. I mean, that is a confident group. It's a fun group, and they came back for each other. I know how much fun Coach Riley's having on an everyday basis, and I'm not going to take any day for granted with those guys.
I was there at the Catbackers tour in Topeka when you said, I know where I'm in my career. It's at Kansas State. I don't know if I was supposed to hear that. That one might have been more for the fans. But
you're not supposed to listen to those things and remember what we said. But no, what a great opportunity to stay here at K-State. I've really enjoyed our 4 years here. Getting that Big 12 championship was huge for validating what Gene decided 4 years ago and bringing us in. My family enjoys it. Kids and my wife are close. My furthest one's an hour away. The people here are phenomenal. Gene Taylor's the best AD in the country to work for. I think everybody knows that. What a great fan base. I mean, it's the best fan base in college athletics, and I love coming out here to the Bill every Saturday because they're passionate. They want to win. They want to be successful, and they're all in.
I got to ask you about Jerome Tang, and I don't expect you to give out your phone number on the camera here, but is that infectious? this, what he's doing with the basketball program? Because I get the impression that's impacted far beyond basketball.
Oh, absolutely. I love his energy, and he and I don't have the same schedules, but we always try to get together periodically to share some thoughts. He's had a huge impact on our recruiting. I hope that same thing is happening on their side with us in recruiting, because we have to feed off each other. We have to feed off the success that both teams have had. We have to feed off the fans and how crazy the fans are at basketball games and football games, because we got a lot of recruits at those games, right. And it's been a lot of fun, and excited for Jerome to start year 2.
Coach, thanks for your time, and good luck this fall.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Well, more football is after the break on K-Nation. Nathan Swaffar from 24/7 Sports is in the house. We'll talk about KU football's recruiting, coaches keeping their promises, and this first game coming up.
Jefferson's is the perfect spot to watch the game. Come try our new Loaded Macs, or pull up a seat at the bar and match our cold draft beer with our new Mac Burger. Find us at 29th and Wanamaker in Topeka, or online at jeffersons.com.
See that kind gentleman over there? He's fixing my windshield. What happened to your windshield? A rock chipped it, and Topeka Auto Glass is repairing the chips so that I don't have to replace the whole windshield.
That had to save you a lot of money.
It did. And they called ahead so I knew when they were coming.
Finally, a company that cares about my time.
Oops.
Growing the market for Kansas-made E15 is a win-win for Kansans. What's E15? It's fuel with 15% ethanol compared to the usual 10% in regular unleaded. E15 is more affordable, has better performance, and runs cleaner than regular unleaded, meaning Kansas drivers can go further for less. From helping Kansas farm families by stabilizing grain prices, helping Kansas become more energy independent, and adding more than 4,000 jobs in Kansas, more of our money stays right here at home because of ethanol. Visit fueledbykansas.com to find a station near you.
Hi, this is voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you will be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. For 24/7 non-judgmental support, just call, text, or chat 988.
Jefferson's is the perfect spot to watch the game. Come try our new Loaded Macs, or pull up a seat at the bar and match our cold draft beer with our new Mac Burger. Find us at 29th and Wanamaker in Topeka, or online at jeffersons.com.
Welcome back to K-Nation. Now, KU football begins its season this Friday, so Landon and I brought in some company just to help us get ready for the season.
Yeah, we got the perfect guest. Welcome on Nathan Swaffar, 24/7 Sports. We're just going to jump right into it. Thanks for coming in. Lance Leipold has said this a lot, deservingly so. He's proud of delivering on the promises that he's brought to his athletes and the recruits. From an outsider's perspective as a journalist, have you seen him follow through like that?
Well, I think first off, you kind of have to look at the renovations that have already happened, that are coming. I think it kind of starts there. You know, he's promised the players that we're going to win here, we're going to build a culture. And not only has that started on the field, but now he's getting backing from the administration, from Travis Goff, from Chancellor Douglas Sherrod, with the locker room and weight room renovations to begin with, and then obviously the brand new David Booth Kansas Memorial Stadium renovations. That's showing a real buy-in to the program and a real buy-in to they are focused on football. And that's Lance Leipold's vision, is to have Lawrence and the rest of the KU football program built in on this program.
We love it. It's kind of sad to see that, like, when a coach follows up on his word, how great it is, you know? There are so many coaches who promise great things and they don't happen. So Lance making it happen is really cool.
Pretty cool.
And on the field, guys have officially been sorted into their scout teams and the starters and whatnot. So how do you just see that kind of impacting practices or even games now that guys know where their role is?
Well, I think we're really starting to get into the nitty-gritty of things. You know, getting to game week, obviously, first game against Missouri State on Friday. This is where I think players really start to get excited. We really start to see who's going to be starting, who's going to be a part of that two-deep, who's going to really have that impact. We kind of know what things are going to look like at this point in most positions, maybe a little bit in the specialist area with kicker, punting. He's still kind of working through that. We heard that last week with Lance Leipold. He said he's still kind of deciding what those starters are going to look like, but now things are starting to get real. Things are starting to get serious with game week coming up, and players are going to really have to start building into what role they're going to be given, where they're going to be, and then also try to work their way into having those contributions into later in the season.
Definitely.
You mentioned first game on Friday. 2 Friday games this year. There's been a lot of discourse on the pros and cons. Just your thoughts, positive, negative, on those Friday games.
Well, it's interesting because I think it's a positive in the sense that you get to be under the lights. Everybody kind of wants maybe a little throwback to Friday night lights a little bit, especially with maybe some of these freshmen. It'll be interesting to kind of feel that in a college atmosphere, but at the same time, it is Friday night lights. It's made for high school. And that's kind of where I'm a bit disappointed that we see these Friday night games. But at the same time, it also kind of helps with the weather because it looks like it's going to be hot again. Hopefully not as hot as last week. But it's nice to kind of be under the lights, and especially with the second game against Illinois, they're going to be in prime time on ESPN2. That's going to be really important to get exposure for this program.
Yeah. I'm excited to see how it impacts recruiting as well, with teams always wanting to use Saturdays as recruiting days. But we'll see. And at this point, we're kind of just ready for the season to start. The fall has felt so long, but we talked about a lot of storylines. What's a player or like a storyline that's on your mind that you're trying to keep an eye out for this season just to see how it plays out?
Well, I think the thing that's on everybody's mind is the defense going to really improve? Are they going to take that step forward and really make this team better? We know the offense is going to probably be as high octane as they were last year with Jalen Daniels back, returning almost all that production. But the question everybody has is that defense going to really improve? And I'm not sure if we'll get a real stepping point on Friday with Missouri State, just because FCS team, really not much there to take away. But once we get into Illinois in week 2, get that first real test against a Big Ten opponent, we're going to see whether that defense has really taken it to heart, knowing they have to improve from last year. We've heard them talk the talk so far. They know they need to improve. They know what they need to improve on. We've heard it from coaches, players. But the question is that going to result in actual on-field results?
Definitely.
All right, Nathan, thank you so much. That was great. Stick around. There's more K-Nation after the break.
2023 Country Stampede was a blast, and now is the time to renew tickets and camping for Country Stampede 2024. Call 785-539-2222. That's 785-539-2222. More Country Stampede announcements coming soon.
Jungle House has moved, and we would love to show you around our new digs. Bring a new friend to school with you that will add life to your dorm room or apartment. We have plans for all. Find us at our new location, 6 East 7th Street, Lawrence, Kansas.
Meaningful relationships built upon trust is a founding principle of the Trust Company. We help individuals and businesses create tailored financial plans and diversified investment strategies that adapt over time to your unique needs. Because we are independent, we can offer flexibility and creativity that many advisors and trust departments can't. If you aren't sure where to start or you're looking to make a fresh start, contact us today for a free consultation.
Properties that are for sale by owner are typically on the market longer, sell for significantly less, and leave a seller open to potential legal problems than those properties sold with the assistance of a realtor. A home may be the largest and most complicated transaction you'll ever make. Trust a realtor with the ethics, expertise, and education to act in your best interest and guide you through the process. Find homes for sale in Northeast Kansas and a Sunflower Association realtor member that's right for you at sunflowerrealtors.com.
Protect your home from sudden power outages with a Generac home standby generator installed by Shockwave Electric certified experts. Call Shockwave Electric for all your commercial and residential electrical services.
2023 Country Stampede was a blast, and now is the time to renew tickets and camping for Country Stampede 2024. Call 785-539-2222. That's 785-539-2222. More Country Stampede announcements coming soon.
Lainey is really impressed with my Michael Jackson moonwalking skills.
Yeah, I've only seen one person moonwalk better than that.
Name him.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well,
speaking of performers, go ahead.
Speaking of performers, one of the fall's most anticipated events, Late Night in the Fog. We know who the headlining performer is going to be.
It's Flo Rida, Lainey's favorite. She says it all the time.
My favorite.
Known for My House and Wild Ones, Mr. Rida will play for the Jayhawk crowd at the annual event. Last year was Shaquille O'Neal's DJ Diesel. Best part, it's free as long as you get a ticket beforehand.
All right, well, there we go. We'll see you in the fog. Thank you for joining us for K-Nation this week.
See you next time.
No one wants to see us in the postseason. We just want to prove them wrong.
You're going to leave here with the things that you need to have to be a successful father, husband, employee, employer, whatever that may be.
I don't think I'm going to regret the decision coming back to Manhattan.